Unfortunately, the Barefoot doctors, we lost our new Leopard 50 catamaran to fire, so we began our search for the perfect performance catamaran for sailing us around the world. After 4 decades of sailing experience, we are very clear about what we want. So join us as we explore new horizons, stretch the boundaries in yacht design and build the ultimate catamaran. Jump on board for this adventure and together, who knows what we can achieve. Because life is better barefoot. Hi guys, welcome back to another edition of Barefoot Doctor Sailing, and we are, where are we?
We are in Dubai and we are looking at an exciting new possibility of aluminium boats built by Portofino. We were recommended to contact the builder Raffaele by an Emirates pilot who is having a 47-foot aluminium boat built right here in Dubai. So we have been invited to come along, have a look at it and discuss with Raffaele, who is the owner of the Portofino brand, to find out what he can do in terms of aluminium boat building and the options that we can have on the boat.
So if you've been following the channel, you know that we have quite a substantial wish list, or
we're trying to find somebody to do it.
And we think it's reasonable. John's already built a boat. We don't think that it's too outlandish that there's no one in the world that could possibly build a boat to our specifications.
Well, our first communications with Raffaele, as usual, were over the internet, and here are the plans that he sent us. The concept drawings show a nice sleek boat with interesting recessed windows giving it a very stylish appearance. The boat has sleek lines and you can see a shoulder giving it narrow hulls through the water. And views from the front show the front cockpit with a walk-through door. There is also a walk-down ladder from the front trampoline that allows you to get in or out of the water from the bow. This will help when checking your anchor, but also when you're beached, it allows you to walk straight down from the front trampoline forwards onto the beach. The flybridge has a solid cover with the steering station centrally. The flybridge has seats surrounding a central table, really nice for socializing. When looking at the boat from the rear, you can see that it has a lifting platform as well. So a lot of our wish list features are already being covered. The aft cockpit looks really spacious and comfortable, and the other really interesting feature here is this aft seat doubles into an outside cooking station and barbecue. This is a really remarkable feature where the barbecue just disappears into the seat and folds away. Portofino has done this in other luxury yachts and it looks like a really amazing feature. Portofino says that they are able to customize the interior set out of every single boat that they build, so this boat has been set out specifically for a couple sailing alone. The galley and nav station are forward facing with a full-size domestic fridge in the aft end of the saloon. In the hulls, the master cabin is on the port side with a transverse bed forward and the head to the rear, allowing the walk-through transom door to give immediate access to the transom step. In the starboard hull, they have chosen to have 2 cabins as well as a utility room for a workshop and also a shared shower and toilet. At the rear of this hull you can also see another really interesting innovative feature that Portofino are putting into their boats, which is this diving room or watertight area where you can step off the transom of the boat into your diving area and put all your wet gear. You can also rinse your gear off in this room and it's self-draining, so that immediately saves taking all of the salty gear up into the aft cockpit and cluttering up your cockpit lockers. I have never seen this before, so this is really interesting stuff. The engines are placed centrally with their own engine rooms below the soles of the cabins, and they use a shaft drive to folding propellers. So now that you know the layout of the boat, let's go and have a look at what the renders look like for the different rooms. This is the master ensuite with a shower on one side and the basins on the other. But if we spin around, you will see the opening of the transom door directly onto the transom of the boat and the sea in view out the back. Moving forward in the master cabin, we see sitting area and storage areas, cupboards. And then walking into the master cabin, you can see the layout there. This is an artist's impression, so my feeling is that there is a little bit of artistic license in the apparent wideness of these hulls. However, you get a really good idea of the quality and the styling that the Portofino boats have. Of particular note here is the good large windows in the hulls looking laterally, plus overhead hatches that will give ventilation and light from above. As we have a look at the saloon, this view is from the saloon doors or from the aft cockpit, and you can see the galley on the right with an island unit in the middle and a forward-facing nav station on the left-hand side. You can just see the full height standing fridge freezer on the right-hand side of this photo at the aft end of the galley. Another important feature is the good all-round view that you get through these large open windows with very little obstruction to your view. The saloon sitting area can be seen here, and the table can be lowered to form a double bed if you want to. So these designs are starting to tick many of the items on our wish list, plus a few extra added bonuses that we hadn't even thought of. This boat has mini keels like the Garcia, so can be beached but is not shallow draft. The only two outstanding issues being shallow draft and performance. Obviously we are also looking for a slightly bigger boat with features specific to us within the layout, but Raphael stated that the internal layout is easily adjusted to suit each new buyer. So the next step is to meet Raphael and check out what he can do in relation to those issues, and also finer details in regard to the design of a larger 50 to 52 foot boat. So this is starting to look really, really exciting. So come along and join us as we meet Raphael and the Portofino shipyard.
So guys, if you're enjoying these episodes that we put out, please subscribe, like, and ding the notification button. That'd be great.
Thanks.
Where are we?
Portofino.
Let me introduce myself just a bit. I'm Captain Raffaele Rognoni. I'm a Captain 3,000 ton commercial. I sail in my life on pleasure yacht, sailing yacht, power yacht. I have experience as an engineer taking care of refit and renovation of boat, small and big. And we opened Portofino Marine Service in Dubai in 2008. We was working that time with Ferretti Group, Riva, Pershing, and all the brand of Ferretti Group. Azimut, we was working with a lot of brand of sailing boat and catamaran. But based on the experience of the sailing and the service later, I was always thinking to build something strong, reliable, and easy to repair. Thanks to the trouble I have for many years to repair boat, not really designed to be repaired easy. So you always learn from mistake how to build something better. Our boat is designed, first is aluminium boat, so it's strong itself because the aluminium is absolutely a light and strong material. And it's a boat that is designed to sail with less problem and easy repair and service or taking care of any problem. The team has been built with a lot of young engineers, architects in Italy.
But also in Dubai you have a huge amount of people skilled in aluminium ship manufacturing, I believe.
That was one of the reasons then we decided to start here, because here you have really a lot of people. We have company here, then they build aluminium hull for a commercial vessel with more than 1,000 welders employed in the company. So there is really experience in this country in the aluminium building. So here we have this big benefit. We put together our experience, the nice work of the team Portofino in design, rendering, and engineering, together with my experience and the really good work of our welding team. So the boat needs to be easy and needs to be safe. The target of our customer is to live on board and sail without headache and without big problem. So the aluminium is a technology that stays in between the fiberglass and the carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is made with epoxy resin, not with vinyl ester. So it's a very strong resin. Then first it's super strong, so you can reduce the thickness, and of course the carbon fiber is super strong. In that case you don't have any risk of osmosis. You have a very light boat, but the cost of the boat will be of course much more, and carbon fiber is not exactly the most comfortable material for a live on board. Because if you have any noise in the boat, the carbon fiber is like an amplifier of the noise. So it's very noisy. If you sleep on the back and somebody touch the hull in the front, you will feel like if he's touching the hull in your cabin. That is one of the problem of the carbon fiber. The boat is so rigid, very, very, very rigid. There is no elasticity. Then sometimes you feel also in the comfort on board. In the other side, there is a vinyl ester boat, like most of the boat on the market, then suffer osmosis, tenacity of the material, depend even how the boat is built. Sometimes the bulkhead is not very well connected to the shell, and some boat very well known, they suffer of the crack between bulkhead and shell. This cannot happen in the aluminium because all the bulkheads are welded, complete welding in the shell, so become one solid material. The aluminium is light, but depend on the size. There is a crossing point where the aluminium, in the very small boat, the aluminium could be even more heavy of the fiberglass. But above 40 feet, the benefit of the aluminium start really to be an increase. The benefit of the aluminium increase in logarithmic way, not in proportional way. But already on 50 feet, compared with the vinyl ester, you have a good benefit. If you want to compare two boats with the same strongness, of course, if you build a boat with a very slim fiberglass, could be even lighter, but it's not strong. So compare the two boats with the same capability of strongness, the aluminium is more light, absolutely. And it's not the carbon fiber, it's in between. It's very strong, absorb the impact because the elasticity of the aluminium is much more than the carbon fiber. So in case of impact, it's not only the strongness of the aluminium, but it's the flexibility, the capability to absorb the impact. Then give to the aluminium, even compared with the steel, much more strongness. And the aluminium is forever. The 5083, we use H116, can put in the seawater without any treatment for the rest of the life. The aluminium is forever. It's very important to have an electrical system designed for an aluminium boat. You have to design the electrical system with electrical engineers with a very good knowledge about aluminium. It's not big matter, but they need to know what to do. If you don't know what to do in an aluminium boat, you can make a mistake, and that can be corroded by basically three different factors. The corrosion of the aluminium can come from the shore power, and if you don't have a proper insulation transformer between the shore power and the boat, you can get some corrosion due to some leak that come from the marine. The second corrosion can come from the electrical system of the boat, if there is any leak from the negative of the battery or from the ground of the AC system to the hull. So in that case, the hull becomes the ground of the boat. That is totally wrong. We have an earth plate for that. So all the ground of the boat will be together on the earth plate. That is a plate designed for that inside the water, completely insulated from the aluminium. So any kind of leak from the boat electrical system have to go to the earth plate, not to the hull. And the third case where you can have corrosion is when you have a ship beside you with a big leak of power to the water. So in that case, you can protect very well your boat with some zinc anodes. But you have to monitor your anodes. Since you have zinc anodes in good shape, they catch all the leak. But when the anode is finished, the leak. So you have three types of corrosion: from the shore, from the boat himself, and from the other ship moored close to your boat. So you have to pay attention to all of this. But be careful, because you have to pay attention to all of this, even if you have a fiberglass boat. They have shaft, they have sail drive, they have engine, gearbox. All of this can be affected. We replaced a couple of sail drive on one catamaran in Qatar, and the boat was 6 months old. 2 sail drive was completely destroyed, complete. The boat was not equipped with an insulation transformer, and the marina had obviously some problem of leak to the earth. The boat became the earth of the marina. We have replaced the sail drive. We have installed 2 nice insulation transformers, And until now, then 6-7 years is already gone, that boat doesn't have any problem. So it's obvious that the problem was coming from the shore power. So even the fiberglass boat, the carbon fiber boat, need to pay very good attention to this kind of problem. The other dream I have was to wake up from the bed in the morning and walk directly in the stand platform and jump in the water. What is better than jump in the water and have a nice shower in your bathroom? Then you can walk directly from the stand platform directly in your bathroom. To do that, we have to design a big innovation for a catamaran, so to move the engine from the back of the boat to the center of the boat. All our catamarans, they don't have the engine in the back, in the traditional place where normally they are. The engine in the center of the boat, it gives you the benefit of course, of the back door, but also to have the engine inside the boat, in the center, lower, so the weight is much lower, so you can service and do whatever you have to do in your engine in the maximum comfort with air conditioning. So you don't have to open hatch outside of the boat. We have also to talk about something simple but very important, that we have 4 complete sealed compartments. So our boat have 8 bilge pumps. So we don't have a contamination between engine compartment and other compartments. Plus, we have the safety of 2 anti-collision bulkhead, complete sealed. So you can have the first collision and destroy the first bulkhead, and you can have another collision, you have to destroy another bulkhead before you sink the boat. That is very rare to find in this size of boat. That is the difference, even in philosophy. We don't care if we have to install 1 or 2 or 8 bilge pump, but safety is the first main thing. The windows, especially the wheelhouse windows, they remember a little bit the strong boat for research vessel or something. In real will be very, very helpful for the shadow. So you have a much better view because you have much more shadow in the boat. I remember a sail with catamarans with the very, very nice shape, but with the reverse windows, no? And you have to always to put some cover to stop the sun inside, because it's not only a matter of temperature, it's sometimes you don't see even properly your instruments because you have the sun directly. So with this shape, then is remember a little bit the word of the ship, tugs, and expedition vessel. You have much more shadows in your instruments inside. We don't have to forget that it's an expedition vessel, and you need to see your instruments. And if you have shadows in the instruments, make really the difference. There is the idea that the aluminium boat is a boat that look ugly, but is a very strong one. No, we combine the strong boat with a very nice finishing. We have our website, that is www.portofinomarineservice.com.
Said like that, Portofino.
Okay, thanks very much, Rafa.
Pleasure.
We've met up with Raffaele and we've had a walk through the shipyard, and we've seen a production of this aluminium boat, and we've looked at the aluminium. We've had numerous conversations about all different things relating to Portofino and the build and the aluminium
And the design.
and the design and all sorts of things.
It also has a lifting platform, doesn't it?
It does. It does. It goes right across the back of the boat and attaches to the sugar scoops, and it looks wonderful. I like it. I like it a lot.
Is that patented?
Thanks, Brian.
There are still things that have to be overcome. So we've had discussions with Raffaele about dagger boards or lifting keels of some kind. He says he can do it. So
Out of aluminium.
quite amazing.
Now that's got my attention. And the other thing is performance.
Absolutely. There's no point for us moving to a new boat, doing all that work, and then still having only a knot or two of difference compared to what we were having before. So we want significant improvement. So Portofino has a whole range of boats from 67 foot to 47 foot. We're really wanting a boat in the 50 to 55 foot range, I'd say. We need to find out what they can do in terms of expanding the 47 design into a 52 to give us the more space, what the layout will be. Obviously all the features he said are there already, and we need to really look at what the price is going to be and also more specifics about the performance.
And timeframes.
And timeframes, exactly. So price, timeframe, very exciting. This is getting very close to the sort of thing we want. So there are some fine details in the plans that we need to nut out in terms of space, but very specifically performance. What can we do to increase the performance? We'll share the outcomes of those discussions with you in the next episode.
Yep, so stay tuned guys. Keep your fingers crossed because we might have found what we're looking for. Okay guys, so come barefoot with us when we dive into the details of the Portofino.
So guys, come barefoot with us as we dive into the details of Portofino.
See, you did it really well. It was lovely. Wasn't it lovely, guys? He was good. He's good, isn't he?
Bye. We've got to shut her up. Mrs. Blah 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 Girl.
Thanks for watching, guys. And if you like what we do, show us the love and hit the like button. Then hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell as well, so you don't miss out on your regular fix. Then kick off your shoes and you can come barefoot with us. Into the details of the Portofino. Is that right?
Yeah.
Did I do that right? He always says, no, do it this way, say it this way.
Just say
I don't know why he just doesn't do it.
Because you're much more beautiful and you speak much more better than me.
Says you.
Much more better than me.